Die Lewens- en besigheidsafrigter Shanaaz Sukhraj kuier vanoggend by ons om oor die spanning wat die pandemie by beide mans en vroue veroorsaak het te gesels. So good morning Shanaaz, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Let's start with some background regarding the research that has been done.
Okay. So with regards to the research that has been done, especially from the clients that I've been coaching, and I coach women only. So what I noticed was women are struggling and afraid to seek help. There was much more depression, anxiety. Women had a lot more extra chores on their plate, like homeschooling their kids, trying to work their 9 to 5 from home while running an entire household. And then it was like obviously cooking, cleaning, and a host of other duties and responsibilities, which led to overwhelm. It led to depression. It led to more anxiety. It led to frustrations, problems within relationships, marriages.
I would like to refer to the following statement. You strike a woman, you strike a rock. What exactly do you mean when saying that?
So there is the common saying that goes around, but we are so far from that in South Africa. I'm speaking about South African women. We are absolutely far away from that statement that is always being made, especially during Women's Month. The thing is, women are their own worst enemies. If you just go on social media, you go into women empowerment groups, you will see women tearing each other down. You know, it's basically women competing against each other, trying to put another woman down. I know that we have an issue with gender-based violence, but if you look at women itself, they are competing. Instead of empowering women, we actually tearing women down. And this is what I picked up on social media. There is female groups for women empowerment. And what I noticed was when women seek out help, like there was one post in particular that I saw where a woman was talking about her struggles during lockdown and how much she was struggling. And then there were like over 200 comments, of which 80% was tearing this woman down about her not being able to cope. So that shows how far we are from actually you strike a woman, you strike a rock, because we're not united.
Now, Shanaaz, when taking a look at the fact that women are so competitive, do you think that society, in terms of pressure, contributes to this amount of pressure experienced by women overall?
Absolutely. I think it is society. I think it's pressure. I think it's unrealistic standards as well, where women are looking. What I noticed is when women came to me for help at first, they were very resistant, and they don't even want people to know that they are seeking help, because it means that you're weak. It means that you're not woman enough, or you're not enough. And what I get from 80% of the female clients is that everyone in my family does everything. So if I have to complain or if I have to say something, it looks like I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. Because I'm supposed to be doing the chores, I'm supposed to be cooking, I'm supposed to be cleaning and caring for my kids. So a lot of women are actually suffering in silence before they actually seek help. And the social media comparison is where women are looking at, maybe you got a friend or you're looking at people that you follow on social media and you see them posting how much they're doing and they're doing it all. And it puts a lot of pressure. I mean, internally, women feel like, you know what, I have to do it, because everyone else is doing it. And then it leads to a lot of frustrations in marriages, in the bedroom, because all that built up frustration ends in a lot of resentment towards the partner.
Well, I'm looking forward to the rest of the questions that I have here, so stay tuned.
Ons gesels verder oor die stres van COVID, Elsa.
Ja, en dit met die lewens- en besigheidsafrigter Shanaaz Sukhraj, maar ons fokus dan spesifiek op die spanning wat die pandemie by beide mans en vroue veroorsaak het. So, good morning again, Shanaaz, and thank you again for joining us this morning. We've referred to the fact that women are very competitive, and there's a lot of pressure, and, you know, the fact that society also contributes to that. But I would like to refer to the following statement. According to a recent Ipsos poll, 40% of South African women say they are feeling anxious as a result of COVID-19, compared to 32% of men. Do you perhaps have some practical advice in terms of how to lower the amount of stress and deal with it better?
I think for women, it is important for them to understand that asking for help and seeking help does not make you any weaker. It does not make you any less of a woman. Also, if you have a partner, you should actually ask your partner for help. I mean, if you're struggling with the kids or you're struggling with your household chores, I mean, you are a team. So it does not mean that you have to carry the burden on your own. Speak to someone. Another way to seek help, if you can afford it, is to seek therapy. Look for a coach. Life coaches are actually quite good in if you seeking a therapist, it's usually therapy deals with trauma and with things that happened to you in the past, whereas coaching is future-based and solution-based. So it depends on what you're actually going through where you would seek help. But the main thing is the mindset of women, where seeking help does not make you a bad person. It does not make you any weaker. It doesn't make you any less of a woman. And I think that is the important thing, is to actually speak out. Women don't want to do this. They feel ashamed. They feel guilty. And I think that is what needs to be addressed. That mindset needs to change.
Uh-huh.
Shanaaz, it's Henry here as well. I want to refer back to the stats that Elsa just shared as well. The 40% of South African women say that they're feeling anxious as a result of COVID-19, compared to the 32% of men. Would it be possible to argue that the male stats are a bit lower due to the fact that men don't speak up, or would you say that this is only a perception?
I think it's a perception. I do have 4 male clients at the moment. And the reason why they are struggling is because of communication between their partners. These are married men. And what I got was from the whole 4 of them, actually, it was actually very interesting that the 4 of them had very, very similar experiences. Was the wife is frustrated because she's not asking for help, but he doesn't know what to do. Most of them don't know what to do. And when I asked this one guy in particular, but if you can see your wife struggling, why aren't you actually helping? Why don't you do something to help her? And he said, like, she got emotional and she got upset. She took it in the sense where he was criticizing what she was doing, when all he was doing was trying to help. So I think communication is actually important. And men are struggling because they don't know what to do. And also, like you said, asking for help. Men usually don't want to seek help. But that is changing. From what I've seen is that I have had a lot of males contacting me for help.
Mm. And Shanaaz, how do we limit limiting beliefs?
Limiting beliefs is actually something that you develop during your childhood between the ages of 1 to 8. And this is usually picked up by your parents, by society, by friends, by everything that happened to you, everything that you saw, everything that you heard, and everything that you experienced in your life. Those were the critical years. It is the critical years, even for kids growing up now. And these beliefs are usually formed at that age, and they're reinforced as the years goes by, depending on what experiences you have. In order to break limiting beliefs, it's usually a lot of subconscious work. It's a lot of shadow work, which is actually a psychology term. Usually, limiting beliefs is our conditioning, the way we were raised. So it takes a lot of work to actually, it's not an overnight fix, but working with a coach or a psychologist can actually help you to break those limiting beliefs. Somebody who specializes in mindset, where you do shadow work and you do a lot of hypnosis can help. Hypnosis, visualization, meditations can help to reset and to build on new belief systems. Mm.
We thank you for your time this morning. So thanks for joining us. Dit was dan Shanaaz Sukhraj en sy's 'n lewens- en besigheidsafrigter.